Hello everyone. In this lesson, we will learn about shares as a source of capital. ABC PLC, an e-commerce company, has decided to raise capital for their business. In order to achieve this, they have agreed to issue shares to the general public. That's right, to people like you and I. What is a share, you may ask? A share is a unit of ownership in a company issued in financial form. It is the interest which a shareholder has in a company. It is a unit of capital measured by a sum of money. If Kaya, a businesswoman, buys a share of ABC PLC, she becomes a part owner of the company. Kaya would then be referred to as a shareholder who can share in the profits of the company. She can also trade in her shares for cash or decide to buy more shares. There are two major types of shares: preference shares and ordinary shares. Let's discuss preference shares. Now, preference shares are shares whose shareholders are entitled to what is called a fixed dividend. A dividend is an income received from the ownership of a share. A fixed dividend is a dividend paid out on shares and stays fixed each year. It doesn't change. Preference shareholders are paid before all other shareholders. They cannot vote or appoint a CEO. Let's look at the different types of preference shares. The first type is cumulative shares. In a situation where the business has not made a profit and is unable to pay dividends, these dividends are carried forward to the next year. Cumulative shareholders also do not have voting rights and are paid a fixed rate of dividend. Another type of preference share is redeemable preference shares. Some preference shares can be redeemed while others cannot be redeemed. Redeemable shares are shares that can be brought back by the owners of the business because they reserve the right to do so within a period of time. If ABC PLC decides to buy back the shares that were sold to Kaya within 5 years, those shares can be defined as redeemable shares. Participating preference shares pay shareholders a fixed rate of dividend. It also lets them receive further dividends after all other shareholders have been paid. On this note, we will end this lesson. I hope you remember that a share is a portion of ownership in a company, and there are two major types of shares: preference shares and ordinary shares. In a future lesson, we will discuss the second type of shares, which is ordinary shares, and another interesting concept called stocks. See you then. Bye.